days just journaling. I've come a long way, and one thing I'm learning is take full responsibility of my life, basically. And what changed me was listening to positive audio books, Buddhism, and all them. And like now, I have a lot of time on my hands, so I'm learning AI, how to use AI. Like I've made some songs, I've made some pictures. I'm learning to use AI. It's actually fun to use AI, but I'm learning to take responsibility of my life. Nobody's responsible for my life but me. So I'm doing better, and I'm in a good headspace. And one thing I learned with all these audio books and positive clips and stuff I watch, it's the mindset. The mindset. I only have control of how I handle things, not the outcome. Like however my mind's working. If it's negative, then that's what I'm going to see as negative. If I see positive, that's what I'm going to see positive. Because your mind gives you what you look into, what you're looking for. If you're always negative, that's what you're going to get. And I'm learning that. So I'm learning to be more positive. Sometimes it's hard to be positive all the time, but I'm working on it, is being positive. So, and also, too much knowledge is, if it's not being used, is not good. So I took a break for a while and started reflecting within. And one thing I do, like if somebody irritates me, I later on in the day or whatever, I sit and reflect within why that person irritated me. Why did that irritate me? And I dig in my brain to see why things bother me and irritate me. Because a lot of times it's not the person, it's something in me that was irritating me, whatever that person did or whatever. So I'm learning nobody can steal my happiness if I don't give them the keys. Nobody can steal my peace if I don't give them the keys. That's what I'm learning. So, and that I use a lot. Nobody can steal my peace if I don't give them the keys. And that helps. And I've learned a lot of positive quotes, but one thing basically is the mindset. I'm learning to control my mindset because I can't control the outcome. I can only control how I handle it. And I learned that. It took me a long time to learn that, but and like I said, I'm learning AI. I'm doing things with AI because it's going to be eventually everything's going to be AI anyway. So I figured I'd learn it when I have time on my hands to learn it instead of all of a sudden, oh, everything's AI, you got to learn it. So I figured I'd work on it now, and when it comes, I'll be better at it. And some songs I made were pretty cool with AI and some pictures, but I don't take many pictures, so I don't have many pictures to make or videos. But I'm learning as I go. That's the only thing. One thing I'm learning: there's no mistakes in life. They're all lessons to choose and learn and grow from. And I'm grateful I went through what I went through to get where I am today. Because if I didn't go through what I went through, I don't think I'd be here today in the way I am now. Because I've learned basically is my mindset makes me or breaks me. If I have a good mindset, I'm doing good. And that helps too, is knowing that the only thing I have control over is how I handle the situation with my mindset. So if somebody flips out and I'm flipping out, then it's not going to work. So basically, I'm learning to stay calm, and sometimes I've learned to suffer in silence because that's where you get better. You reflect in, dig deep in your brain and your heart, and that's what I've been doing lately. And I've gotten a lot better doing that. Because sometimes some people don't see our inner battles that we go through to get through life. And sometimes I'm learning people got to do what they got to do to get through life too. So, but I'm basically learning to just be be myself, and just being myself doesn't. mm, I don't even know what my actual self is because that's one thing I'm learning. Because I always had was afraid to act as any way because I'm afraid of being judged, and that's what I'm not. I'm not afraid of being judged anymore. So anymore, I don't really care. So I'm learning why worry about people judging me if half the people don't even like each other or like themselves? So why worry about it? Just keep going and moving forward. I'm learning, and it's one day at a time, life on life's terms. And the songs I made were pretty good, pretty good. But what really changed me was Mind Hacking Happiness, Volume 1 and Volume 2. I got to listen to Volume 2, or Volume 1 again. I'm listening to it. I'm almost done with it. And The Courage to be Disliked, it was my favorite first book I listened to. The Courage to be Disliked. Not everybody's going to like everybody. That's what makes the world go around. Not everybody likes everybody. So I don't care who likes me or who hates me at all anymore. And I don't even care what people say about me anymore. I've actually come a long way, and I can see it now. I couldn't see my improvements until a few months back. I'm like, wow, I am getting better. I can do this, I can do that. So I'm learning I can get better, and I've learned going through what I've gone through is I go through a lot of stuff and keep going. Just keep pushing forward one step at a time. And I had a setback the last couple of days. It was no big deal. I went through it, did my journey, and learned I could handle it. The more I go through, the more I'm learning I can handle. So it's part of my journey, and everybody's journey is unique. But what changed it for me was discovering Buddhism and Stoicism philosophy and positive audiobooks. I've got a lot from it, listening to them. But I'm learning not just listening, put it in play too. What you hear, you got to put in play, because if you have the knowledge and you don't use it, it's not worth having if you're not going to use the knowledge you're learning. And it took me a long time to figure out how to put it in play. Now I put it in play on a daily basis. As put it in play. So, as long as I put it in play, and some days I struggle with it, but majority I do put it in play and do use what I'm learning through audiobooks and stuff like that. And I've handled a lot of stuff, and I'm like, wow, I'm glad I went through that. But sometimes I might moan and groan when I'm going through it. Then when I go through it, I'm like, wow, I'm glad I went through that. Because I learned some stuff through that. I learned a lot of stuff, and it's one thing I'm grateful for. I choose to learn today, especially today. Choose to learn for what I go through, because it's all lessons. And the more I go through, the better I get, and the more I can help somebody down the road with, or I can use for myself down the road if I need to. That's it.